Alan Ritchson just delivered the loudest non-denial of the DCU Batman rumors yet, and he capped the interview with a wink. The Ratchet star sat down with Josh Horowitz on Thursday episode of Happy Sad Confused to promote Motor City, which opened in theaters today, and Horowitz went right at it, noting he has talked to James Gunn about Ritchson and that Gunn is a very big fan. James Gunn and I have spoken a lot, Ritchson replied. So Horowitz tried to settle it. Is there a world where Ritchson is playing Batman or is it something else? Where should he put his money? There's so much to unpack here that you don't even know, Ritchson said. You don't know what you are asking for. And then one of the most talkative men in Hollywood went silent. A long pause. I am was all Ritchson could get out, promoting Horowitz to crack that. The silence speaks volumes because the most loquacious man I have ever had on the podcast has no words. When Ritchson found his words again, pay attention to what he actually said because it lines up with everything my sources have been telling me about the state of DC studios. I really respect James Gunn. I would like to do something with James. James would be like to do something with me, but my litmus test for what I will take is strict. I pick the shout out of project. I know how to develop a project, and anything I do with DC will still meet my standards. It will have to meet my standards. I hope that we work on something that feel like we are all making this movie that I would be proud of. Horowitz followed up. It sounds like he want a seat at the table of the creative process. If it would help, yeah, Ritchson said. So there could be a bright future for us, and there have been a lot of conversation. Read that back, a lot of conversation, and any DC project will have to meet his standards. This is an actor who know exactly what shape the kitchen is in. Insiders describe the Man of Tomorrow script is a Frankenstein together from leftover ideas with Gunn shooting from a general outline and bolting on cameos as a reaction to the Supergirl backlash. Frank Grillo is back shooting the movie 7 weeks after he publicly rapped. Ritchson develops and produces his own project. He is telling you politely that he is not jumping into that without guardrail. Horowitz asked if Ritchson has a character in mind that he is not going to reveal. Yes, Ritchson said, and it's not Batman. Ritchson broke into a big smile. Look, the future is bright and the horizons are broad and anything is possible for any us. Okay, that is not a no. A working actor with nothing cooking says nobody has called. A actor in the middle of something says the future is bright and the horizon are broad. As the exchange wound down, Richardson flipped the question around and asked Horowitz what his dream role in the world would be. Horowitz joked that his dream role is getting to be the guy who asked Ritchson the question. They laughed and Ritchson signed off with 3 words, so a detective. Batman, of course, is the world's greatest detective. It has been the character's calling card since 1939, right there in the Little of Detective Comics, the book Batman debuted in, and the one DC is literally named after. Ritchson ended a Batman interrogation by calling his interrogator a detective. If you think that word choice was an accident, I'd have a bat cave to sell you. As I exclusively reported last week, Alan Ritchson is a front-runner for James Gunn's DCU Batman. Per my sources, Gunn wants a bigger, older, darker Batman in the vein of absolute Batman to clearly separate his version from Matt Reeves' Robert Pattinson. And the fight over Gunn wanting his own Batman is the real reason the Batman Part 2 moved to February 28. The public record keep stacking up alongside it. Gunn has called himself a big Ritchson fan. Ritchson previously confirmed he met with Gunn and that words have been exchanged about Batman. Rumors have swirled around other names like Mitchell Slaggard, and now this a lot of conversation, a specific character in mind, and a refusal to rule out the cowl when handed the layup. Remember the clock ticking underneath all of it. Per my reporting, the Paramount board wants Gunn and Peter Safran out once the merger closes, with Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi taking over. If Gunn wants his Batman on screen, the window is now, which is exactly my sources say he has been pushing to get Batman into Man of Tomorrow. You don't know what you are asking for. Ritchson told Horowitz respectfully. Alan CBN readers to do. Ritchson can currently be seen in Motor City in theaters now, with Richard season 4 on the way at Prime Video.